How's it going? It's Ethan here at eTrailer. Right now we're going to be taking a quick look at the Konig XD 16 Pro assisted tensioning diamond pattern snow tire chains and how they fit on a 2021 Ford F-150. These are going to be on tire size 275/65 R18. Make sure you check the fit guide at eTrailer to get the right chains for your tire. Also, we have them on the rear axle as per the owner's manual instructions. Make sure you're also double checking that to get them on the right axle for your car. But these are going to be a premium snow tire chain option for you if you live in an area that gets a decent amount of ice and snow pretty frequently. You want chains that are easy to install and that are going to last for a long time. These will be a great option for you, so let's take a look at how they work. The chains are going to be a diamond pattern like I mentioned at the beginning, so that basically just means they're going to be in a diamond shape and they're going to intersect here in the middle. Gets you more coverage on the tire, and it really helps out when you're turning, and you feel them a lot less than you would through a ladder pattern style chain. The links themselves are square, so they're going to help get that bite into ice and snow, and they're still pretty low profile chains considering the overall tire size, so you're still not going to feel them a lot while you're driving. They are also made of a manganese nickel alloy, so they're going to be much more resistant to rust and corrosion than your typical low carbon steel chain, and they're going to last for a few more seasons at least. On the inside of the chain here we have a different colored material, so that's going to be powder coated, not only to protect your tire but also to protect your hands. If you're installing these out in the cold and the icy snow, your hands are going to be less likely to stick to these than they would just bare metal. Also, you can see as we go and on the install section, everything that we need to connect is color coordinated. It's going to be red, whether that's the top hook down here or at the bottom. So it's all really straightforward and easy to work with. These chains do come two to a set in this pretty lightweight sort of canvas plasticky bag material. As far as Konig chains go, this isn't my favorite. Usually it's at least some sort of hard shell to keep the chains in. That being said, it does keep them compact, and I think the build quality overall is going to be good enough to keep them in good shape and secure. On the inside we also have these nylon bumpers. You can put these at sort of these connection points where your chains meet the tire, and that's going to help protect the tire tread just a little bit more. So all being said, it's going to be a fine bag, but you can upgrade to something larger and more robust if you'd like. Overall, the install process of these chains is what sort of sets them apart. You don't have to reach down and around to connect on the back side, which makes it really easy and simple to do. That being said, we do recommend trying it out in your garage beforehand, just so you know what you're doing before you find yourself stranded on the side of the road trying to figure it out. But if you'd like to take a look at that process, we'll walk you through it now. With these, the first thing we want to do is lay them out flat. We want to make sure that nothing is caught or hooked already or tangled up, especially with this really long assisted tensioning cable. It also has a hook on it. It really often tends to get stuck, hooked onto a link or wrapped around something, so make sure that that is out. We want to make sure that we have this gap here where our tire is going to go, and we need to make sure the chains are facing the right way. To do that, we're going to use this hoop where the links connect onto the cable of the back side. We just want to make sure that this flat side is going to ultimately end up making contact with the tread of the tire. We just don't want these hooks where they connect rubbing up against the tread. So as long as we have it face up in our case, we should be good to go. Here we're going to want to wrap one of the halves around the back side of the tire. I usually go with the side without the assisted tensioning cable, just because it is so long. It does tend to get stuck behind things. So I'm going to go around the back side, try to find that gap where I had the tire set up to go beforehand, and just make sure that I pull through all the points where we're going to need to make any sort of connections. From there, I'll grab one of each side of the cable on the back side, and I'm going to bring them up and around the back of our tire. All we need to do from there is fit this metal stud into the catch plate on the other side, just like that. And now I'm going to drape the rest of the tire chains down and push that back as I go. For our first connection on the front side, I'm going to fit this red link into this red hook. And once we have that, we can move everything back again, trying to keep things as even as possible throughout. And now is where that assisted tensioning cable comes in. I'm going to feed it through this catch here that I open up with this metal jaw right there. Just going to feed it in from the back side, and you'll hear it clicking as I pull along to get that tension in. And now I'm going to use these red hooks to feed it through before we match this hook up to the other side. We want to try to go straight across. So right there is still not quite tight enough. I'm going to go through this top hook as well and go as straight across as I can, making sure that hook is facing out. Once you have that assisted tension cable on and it's taut, make sure you get the chains installed on your passenger side tire as well. Roll forward or backwards just a few feet either way to make sure that everything is still in place and secure. Then you're ready to hit the road. So just to reiterate, these chains are going to come in at more of a premium price overall. But in my opinion, I think that if you live in an area where you need chains pretty frequently, that these are definitely worth it. Just the quickness and the ease of the installation process, plus the fact that you don't need to pick up a rubber tensioner because we have that assisted tensioning cable built right in, and the overall build quality that these are going to last and resist corrosion and weather for longer than a lot of those low carbon steel alternatives makes it definitely worth it again. So again, this was just a quick look at the Konig XD 16 Pro diamond pattern assisted tensioning snow tire chains, and you saw how they fit on our 2021 Ford F-150.